we will start with Unit 2 poem My Hobby Reading. What is your hobby? Every person has their unique hobby where you do it every day, you practice it every day because it's your own interest. So everybody has their unique hobbies like collecting stamps, coins, drawing, painting, or any kind of different hobbies you have. But here in today's poem, the poet is giving his own hobby, reading. So he loves reading books. So he is giving more importance to the hobby of reading today. Let's get into the poem. This poem is written by the person Arunachalam Chandrasekharan, who is an Indian poet. We just have a read of the poem. My hobby is reading. It helps me in thought reading. It takes me to places near and far. It keeps my rational doors ajar. It teaches me to cackle and cry. Without wings, it let me fly. I wish if all the children could read. In constructing a vigorous society, then we shall succeed. Let's have the explanation of two lines. The first two lines, my hobby is reading. So the poet starts about his own hobby. His hobby is reading. It helps me in thought reading. Yeah, so whenever he opens a book, any kind of book, it can be a story book or a fiction book or any kind of book related to the subject or is even about the current affairs. Yeah, he loves to read the information around him. He wants to learn something new every day. So here, whenever he opens a book, whenever he was in the thought of reading, his mind starts thinking a lot and his thoughts breeding. The word breeding means creating. Yeah, as an animal create his own younger ones. Yeah, so the word breeding is whenever he opens a book, whenever he goes into it thoroughly. Yeah, the mind goes to him and the mind starts thinking about what he is reading. That gives him a new idea, a new creation of word or a new creation of word situation. So he is so happy and he is sharing that I am very excited whenever I open a book and read. That gives me a feel of reading, that is growing himself or creating a new thing. Next two lines. It takes me to places near and far. So whenever you open a storybook and you start reading, when you see the pictures inside the book, what do you feel? You feel as though you are present in that place. Or any kind of pictures you see related to the story, you find that you are in that particular place and you feel that you are in that place. Yeah, so here same way, the poet, whenever he opens a book and he reads, whatever he thinks, the mind goes into it thoroughly, close to the book, and his full thought will be inside. So, as if he is in that particular place, enjoying the story, and even goes far away, thinking a lot of thinking process is going on whenever he reads a book. Like he thinks like, if I was in that place, what will I do? Yeah, what would I be there? Yeah, so the thought keep on increasing in his mind. So whenever he opens a book or he starts reading, what happens is it takes the place near as well as to far. And next two lines. It keeps my rational doors ajar. You have two different words here. It keeps my rational. Rational is the intelligence mind is referred as rational here, and doors ajar. Ajar mean is slightly opened or the door which is unlatched. So whenever I open the book and start reading, the doors automatically opens to a new world. Yeah, so my mind is not narrow hereafter. It started broadening because of the habit of reading. So it keeps my rationalness, my intelligence, my mind, my knowledge starts increasing. The door which is being opened as well as in my heart as well as in my mind, yeah, it starts opening so that my thinking process goes on increasing. My intellectual idea starts increasing a lot. Next two lines. It teaches me to cackle and cry. Yeah, so whenever you open a book and read, if it is a very sad situations, yeah, you automatically go into that mood it seems. And same way, if something very funny, yeah, it makes the poet to laugh at the books. Yeah, so he's keeping books very close to him so that all his mind, all his heart is towards the book fully. Yeah, his thought is fully towards the books and he is enjoying that thing. Yeah, usually when we open books, sometimes we get bored. But yeah, the poet enjoys whenever he takes any kind of books. Yeah, he really enjoys the way the book is written and the way how they created it and how they published everything nook and corner. He admires the book it seems. So he is enjoying the reading habit. So that whatever books he gets, he just wants to enjoy the book to the fullest. So it teaches me to cackle and run. Next two lines. Okay, without wings, it let me fly. Yeah, without wings, it let me fly. So whenever you take a book, yeah, whenever you just open it and once you start reading it, yeah, the poet says like as if you got wings and you can go to any place around in the world. Yeah, as you see in this video, as a bird, as a baby flies without any wings. Yeah, same way when you start reading books, you will also start flying in the sky as a baby does here. And the last four lines are very special to the poet. I wish if all the children could read. So he's giving a suggestion like every children should start reading books. Not only your subject core books, but also the books which is available outside to know to increase your knowledge. Yeah, the poet tells us to learn more books. So if all the children could read, if every child is very interested in reading, in constructing or constructing is also called as building up. Constructing a vigorous society. Vigorous is a very powerful society where we are not cornered in any place. Yeah, so he is giving an important line that reading children will create a vigorous society, a very powerful society because they come to know everything around the world. Yeah, the new words or the new situations, what is rounding around. Yeah, so you start exploring the world by the habit of reading. Then we shall succeed. Yeah, so here we can see many occupations where children were being shined in different careers. Yeah, so you can choose your own career when you have the habit of reading. Yeah, so as here the secret of success can also be reading. One of the reasons for your success can be the habit of reading. So start have a habit of reading from today onwards. With that quote, we are moving on to the poetic device of the poem. As you know, the poetic device consists of major four parts. One is rhyming words, then rhyming scheme, and figure of speech, and ending up with alliterated words. All these are together are called as poetic device. You know what is rhyming words are? Rhyming words are the same sound in a given line or 2-3 lines. When the last word is the last word of the sound is repeated, those words are called as rhyming words. When you are able to find out the rhyming words, then it will be easy for you to find the rhyming scheme of the given lines. Then moving on to the figure of speech, where in what tone the poet has expressed his views in the poem. That shows through the figure of speech in the poem. And the last one will be alliterated words, where your consonant sound is repeated in the same line. When your consonant sound is repeated in the same line, they are called as alliterated words. The first one, rhyming words in the given stanza, you can find the word reading, the word reading. They sound the same sound. Next, far, ajar. word is succeed. Read and succeed. Yeah, so these are the words are called as rhyming words. Yeah, when you are able to find out the rhyming words, then rhyming scheme will be very easy. So consider the first line as A, then the second line as B, the third line should be C. But as you know, the reading sound is repeated here. This line is also considered as A. So A sound is repeated here. So this line is also considered as A. So A, B, A, the place me differs. Yeah, so this is C. So our rhyming scheme will be A, B, A, C for the first one. Same way, if you go through the remaining lines, the pattern proceeds with the same sound, same letter, different sound, different letters. This is how we frame our rhyming scheme. Then moving on to the figure of speech. So next moving on to figure of speech. Here the word breeding. Yeah, where this breeding usually done by living organisms. But here the books have been compared to the word called as breeding. Yeah, in thoughts breeding. Yeah, which made thought breeding are the books made the thought breeding. So the word breeding is actually should be given to a human being, but the human attribute is compared to a non-living or to an animal. It is called as personification. When two opposite words, for example, the word near is the opposite of far. So near's opposite is far. When opposite words are in the same line, they are called as oxymoron. Yeah, the same way the word cackle and cry. Yeah, cackle is a laugh and cry, as you know, very sad. Yeah, so happy is sad, laugh, cry. Yeah, so when two different opposite words are in the same line, again this is called as oxymoron. Last line, the next. So we have seen three different figure of speech here in this poem. One is two different figure of speech in this poem. One is personification, oxymoron. Two different figure of speech we have seen in this poem. And the last one will be alliterated words. As you know, consonant sound should be repeated in the same line. The word, you can see the word without wing. V sound is repeated. Without, when you start the word without, it is W, the V sound is inside. Same in wing, again the V sound is inside. We have learned the poetic devices of the poem. Now I conclude with a message telling you reading is essential for those who seek to rise above the ordinary. Keep reading, keep exploring. Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. Thank you.